Proxemics is the term for the spatial rules, that are used in maintaining personal space. Let's see how proxemics work out in an interesting situation. In a urinal. So note that the bathroom door is to the right on this image, okay? First guy comes in the door. Which urinal do you think he most likely chooses? What do you think? The first guy will most often go to number 1, the urinal farthest from the door. It guarantees only one risk of personal space invasion, on the right side only. Number 1 and number 6 are close in first choice, 1 and 6 here. But 1 wins slightly because it additionally has no risk of someone invading personal space by walking past on their way to a further urinal. Okay, what about the next guy? What do you think? Next guy walks in the door. The next guy will most likely choose number 6, or in either case, the urinal at the other end. This leaves the most personal space between the two men. How about the next guy? The next guy will most often choose 3. 3 and 4 are close, and that both leave the most personal space between urinals. But 3 wins slightly because there is less chance of someone walking past you. Okay. What about the next guy? The next guy will most often choose number 4. 4 or 5 are close, again, but number 4 wins out. Now, what about the next guy? If you are following the rules closely, you will have predicted that the next guy will most often choose 2. Or you can find a more humorous answer. If you test your urinal etiquette online, try it. Just try it for the fun of it. Type in your browser the urinal game and select the website that is also called Albina Black Sheep. Click on the bathroom door to enter and begin playing the game. So like speech and behavior, nonverbal cues play a powerful role in our ability to form accurate impressions of one another, but even they can throw us off sometimes. A prominent example of this is cultural confusion, and here are some examples. While we are pretty good at reading facial expressions across culture, and especially the 6 primary emotions, we still show a home advantage. Our accuracy suffers almost 10% when reading facial expressions in cultures other than our own. Now, gestures are particularly specific to culture, so watch out. In Bulgaria, shaking your head and nodding means the opposite of that in the United States culture, yes and no respectively. And oh, when visiting other countries, you might be better off keeping your hands in your pockets. Stroking your cheek in Italy, Greece, and Spain means you are attracted to the person to whom you are speaking. In Germany and Brazil, the U.S. OK sign is an obscene gesture, interpreted similarly to the U.S. bird. Flashing a thumbs up in some Arab countries means you wish the other a pleasant trip to their proctologist, so to speak. In regards to eye contact, while gaze engagement is viewed negatively in the U.S. culture, it is a sign of respect in Japanese culture, right? In regards to touch, even handshakes are instigated very differently across cultures. In Finland, a handshake is supposed to be firm. In France, loose. In Zambia, you should use both hands. Your left hand should support your right hand. In Bolivia, it's customary to extend your arm if your hand is dirty. In Japan, you bow instead of shaking hands. In Thailand, you place your hands in a praying position on your chest. In Fiji, you simply smile and raise your eyebrows. Personal space is significantly more than our 3 feet average in many Asian countries and is significantly decreased in other countries like Puerto Rico and much of Latin America. Cultural differences in personal space can cause significant discomfort and inaccuracy in the impressions we form of others. Because the personal space radius in Asian culture is much wider than in the United States, when Americans are talking to Asians, a little dance tends to take place. The American moves closer to instinctively close the gap. The Asian instinctively moves further away to reestablish their appropriate space, causing the American to move closer, causing the Asian to move further away, and so on, until the Asian is trapped against a wall or other barrier. What you're often left with is the Asian incorrectly concluding that the American is pushy and encroaching, and the American incorrectly concluding that the Asian is cold and uninviting. This dance and the impressional effects are reversed often when Americans interact with Mexicans, for example, whose personal space bubbles are much smaller than Americans. Here are some coming attractions from our next segments of this lecture on interpersonal cognition. First impressions, what makes them so powerful? Common biases, what derails our accuracy? Detecting deception, where do liars usually leak? How to best detect fake from real smiles? And boosting accuracy, when are we even better at something we are already quite good at?